What is up, y'all? Welcome back out to the mentioned backyard. My name is Jordan, and these are a bunch of Procumbens nanas that I just picked up. Made a trip down to Plant City Bonsai down just outside of Atlanta. Well, I guess like 40 minutes outside of Atlanta, but close enough. Well, 30 minutes outside of Atlanta. Anyway, Steve down there has a great selection of Procumbens. He's got a few key shoes. Oh, well, there we go. I picked up a few Itoyagawa junipers as well. He's got Kishu. He's got all kinds of fun stuff. Bunch of white pines, Japanese black pines, a whole bunch of Kingsvilles, Harlandiais, Tridents, basically anything you can think of. He's got a great selection. Definitely go check him out if you are in driving distance of Atlanta. It's definitely worth the trip. His prices are really, really good. These guys and all of the 4-inch pots were all $25 a piece. And he's got big stake junipers. Well, I guess not big stake junipers. He has big stake junipers as well. It's where I did get that one that I did work with Rodney Clemens on. But yeah, he's got some stake guys. More staked. He's got some of these little short guys that we can use then in their more normal growing habit. This one right here we can turn into a cascade or a semi-cascade. I mean, I guess I could do the same thing with maybe not so much that one. But maybe that guy. I don't know. You know me. I really do like a cascade tree. But again, this guy right here probably get turned into a semi-cascade. He does have two apexes, but we could get rid of one of these. Probably this one over here. I don't know. We'll have to actually go through and look at them. They are fairly pot bound. That one's not too bad. But they definitely could stand to be repotted. This one, fairly pot bound as well. He also had, like I said, picked up a couple of Itoyagawa whips. These were like, he charged me $20 a piece on these. So it's not real bad. At the base, you're looking at probably June bug. What are we looking at? Roots are really nice on them. Not pot bound at all. It's in an actual bonsai substrate. But you're looking at probably pinky size on this one. My pinky too. I'm a bigger dude, so it's a fairly big whip. The other one, I probably should have bought more of these, but I didn't. Slightly smaller than pinky size. But that's cool. What I'll be doing with these is probably wiring them out just to get a little bit of movement close down and see what we can do with these. I may put one of them in the ground just to get it growing a little bit faster. I do not know. And then I picked up a couple of a little bit bigger just a bit bigger Procumbens right there. This one probably wind up going, I mean, either that is the front. I mean, this thing's just got a lot of high roots on it all over the place. We'll dig down a little bit, see what we have down there. But we could bring the surface level up to about right there. Have this laid over. It does have a little bit of shari right here already. Where there may have been a branch No, it doesn't look like there was a branch up here. It just might have gotten a little nick in the bark, and it just died off down here. It stops right there, basically at the soil line. It doesn't go too much farther than that. I see it narrow down. Yeah, and you can actually see the bottom of it. So from there to there, it's like 2 inches of shari. It's not too bad. You can kind of see it in there. So we'll work to widen that out a little bit. This one definitely needs to be repotted. That'll happen late winter, early spring. We'll be repotting this one. It does have a few weeds in here. That's something I'll have to worry about then. But the piece de resistance, the best tree that I got while I was there is this guy. I mean, it's just a sweet, sweet little tree. You're looking at like 8 to 9 inches tall. So this will be a nice little shohin. We'll probably go semi-cascade with this one, bring this cascade branch down a little bit, have this kind of center but forward at like that 45-degree angle or so with our apex back here. We'll thin this out a little bit. We'll get some movement. Well, I mean, this thing's got, I mean, just looking up in there, I mean, up underneath that is just amazing. There are some dead branches over on this side, which we'll have to get rid of. We got a little bit of shari up here on top, which is nice. We can widen that out, bring that down. This is dead back here, so we could probably bring some shari down here on the bottom. Maybe wrapping around over here to the side. I don't know. Actually, there's a break in the bark here. So it looks like the live vein is actually running right up here and then up this way. So we might, when we bring it over this way, it looks like this root over here was feeding this tree or this trunk and it died off. And that's probably what killed this. So we should actually have a pretty good live vein just coming right up here out of the soil line, coming around this way. And anyway, we'll see. This tree is just amazing. I am completely in love with this one. I was walking and walking and walking. He's got probably 3 or 4 acres that's just loaded down with trees. And I mean, this one just jumped out at me. I was like, oh, I'm definitely buying that one. I also got a stack of pots, 6 pots, 12 trees, and it all came in like $500. It was super, super awesome. I mean, especially with those last 2 that I just showed you, the bigger procumbens. It's really, really nice. And at $25 a pop for these little 4-inch procumbens, that's not too bad either. He's got a bunch of brand new pottery, bunch of used pottery. Like, I guess what happens is he has people come in for repots. If they change pots, I guess he would probably give them a discount on their new pot if he gets to keep their old pot. So I got a couple of those. This one, I don't know what I paid for it. I think this is one of the newer pots. Not sure. Several of these are old. Little blue pot. Definitely a used pot, but picked it up for $13 for like a 8-inch pot, 8-inch rectangle. Real nice. That might be what the big one goes into. This pot is what you'll be seeing today. As soon as I saw this was actually one of the newer pots that he had. No, this was actually a used pot. It does have a chip right here on the inside. Hopefully we can stay around that, don't have to worry about it. And then this like super shallow little I guess mame size forest planter. Probably won't use it for that. I might actually put my other put it in about like that. So that's a possibility. That would probably look really good with this Kingsville, but the important one, I gotta stop doing that. So the important thing is going to be this pot right here, because I think I finally found a home for this guy. So is that gonna be my front? Yeah, probably. So about right there, like that. So I think that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to spend a few minutes just getting rid of some of these weeds. And I'll go get everything ready to go, and we'll get into repotting this guy. We'll probably repot it today. It'll go in the shade for a couple of weeks. And we should be good to go with it. So yeah, I've just like really love this tree. Might be a little heavy for it. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how much of this root stock I can take off, how much of these roots I can take off. Hopefully it's enough to get it down into that. If not, I'll figure something out. So let me go get some stuff together, and I'll be right back. Okay, so got everything over here. Got my soil all mixed up. It's over there. Trees here. We're gonna go ahead and prep our pot. So it actually came with drainage screen already down in the bottom. What I'm going to be doing now, because it does only have the one hole, we're going to come in here. I've got a big piece of, I think this is 6mm wire. And so what I'm going to do is out here, bend down, bend back up a little bit. So it's like that. Like that. So we got a little wave down there in the bottom, and what that's going to do is that's just going to sit in there, and we're going to put our wires in. We'll need to spin that out around a little bit like that. So we'll put our wire over top of this. We're using a 2mm. Actually, that might be 2.5mm. And what we'll do is we'll go through a couple of holes in this drainage screen. And that'll pull down tight, just like that. And that's our pot. Our wires are in. And it should sit flat on the surface. Yeah, we got plenty of room down there. And this should be able to hold our tree in. I need a rake. So all we're going to be doing today really is just repotting this. So root hook, root rake, chopstick, pair of gem pliers, and my wire cutters. This is just electrician's wire cutters. It's great for repotting, not so good for unwiring your trees. So you'll definitely want something that's a little bit easier to control. These, however you want to hold them, you can hold them like that, you can hold them like that. My preferred is I'll put this in my palm and then just use my middle finger to open and close that. But yeah, so pond basket's still in good shape. Should be. Didn't really do anything to it except slip pot this. We'll see what we look like. We'll start off with the root hook. Shouldn't be a whole lot of roots out here on the sides. There should be a little bit, but yeah, it started to come out a bit, which is good. I mean, that's why we slip potted it. It just did not have a whole lot of soil in that root mass, and over winter it was just impossible to keep wet, and so part of the top of it did start to dry out, die off, and emergency little slip pot. I don't think I even videoed that, but I told y'all about it when I did my end of winter update. Really nice fine roots coming out of it. I mean, it had some escape, which is what we were looking for. This was in a little trade 1 gallon pot when I got it. Got it at Winter Silhouette last year up in Kanapolis, just outside of Charlotte. And I'm guessing it had been in that pot for probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 years, maybe even longer than that. I don't know. I mean, that thing was, there was basically zero soil left in the pot. And so keeping it watered over winter was just almost impossible. We're trying not to tear too many of these roots. I mean, a lot of this, especially down here, the bottom couple of inches, we're not going to use at all. But just to be on the safe side, if one of these is like come from up here and wrap down, I don't want to like pull down on it real hard and pull out half of this these upper roots that we really want to keep. Definitely a good bit of, I mean, there's some in here down in the middle, but on the outside all of the soil was gone. I am finding little bits of perlite. Looks like large perlite, maybe even coarse. So it'll be about right there. That's just killer. It would look really good in that other pot, but I think this is the pot for it. All right, so since that's what we're going to be doing, any of these bigger ones that are diving down into the soil, especially if there's something like that, don't have a whole lot on them, we'll go ahead and take them off. These over here on the end of this, that's kind of where they need to be anyway. We can flatten them out a little bit, but we will come around just a quick little haircut on most of these around the outside. Doesn't matter, both of the fronts are basically pretty good. Well, those little holes that I made down in the bottom, we're to put our tie-dye wire down through. One there. One up through there. So it'll sit like that. And then we'll send this through over to the other side. But first, this is my standard bonsai mix. It's pumice, lava rock, and akadama. 1 to 1 to 1. So I pushed up underneath the trunk with this one. Grab my chopstick, make sure I'm not catching any of these roots, especially these that are coming straight from the trunk. I don't want to do that, because I'll grab them and start twisting and just rip everything to shreds. We grab that pole as tight as we can and twist. Readjust if you need to, but pull and twist. And that's what we're looking for. I mean, that tree is not moving in that pot. It is stuck down. We are good to go. Just grab my wire cutters. Come in here. Make sure that you're leaving a couple of twists of wire down here, or you'll undo all of that. Push that down. Now we're good to add soil. And then come in with our chopstick. Make sure we're shoving that down into that root ball. All the way in. Especially here around the outside. Make sure we're getting soil in between the pot and those roots. And we also want to make sure that we're getting it up underneath the roots. We also want to come in from the top. Make sure that we're getting soil throughout the root ball, because if we have any air pockets down in there, that's going to be a place for where those roots won't be getting any water and nutrients. It'll be just air, and that'll kill roots just as fast as not getting any air will do it. So we want to have a good mix of water and oxygen, and the way we do that is making sure we have soil everywhere, so that as that water goes down and percolates, as the water drains out of the bottom of that pot, it is actually pulling air in from the top of the roots. And you're not going to get that happening if you get a bunch of air pockets. You know, it's just going to pull air into that one little spot, but there's not going to be any water or nutrients there for those roots to grab onto, and those roots right there will just die off. And once that happens, you can have whole sections of the tree die off, or you can have the entire tree die off. Either of those things is not good. But, I mean, we can help stop that from happening just by making sure that we get soil way down up into that root ball. We can use those 2 holes that we dug up into the bottom of that root ball where we got our wires in to kind of help us get down into the center. But as we push down in with our chopstick, you'll see a little bit of that soil starts to disappear. You know that there's an air pocket right there that you're starting to fill up. I guess he decided not to come out. Babs did, that's okay. That's our new one. She's over there. She's a big fan of plant pots. Not necessarily the plants that are in them, although she will eat those too. But she likes any plant pots, plastic, anything that she can. I mean, she's still real young. She's like 17 or 18 weeks old now. So she's losing her baby teeth, and she needs something to chew on. If it's just a little 50-cent 1-gallon container, I don't care about that. As long as she doesn't start eating the trees that are in the 1-gallon container, I'll be all right. gonna go water this in, and then I'm gonna grab some moss. And there we are. We'll let the rest of that moss come in naturally. Because as it gets watered, it'll spread. Any of these roots that are just sticking up into the air don't really do anything. We'll get rid of them. Anything that we can tuck down into the soil, we will. Something like that. I can take a little piece of this moss, stick it down in there, make sure it doesn't dry out. Same thing over here. We don't want to cover everything up. We do want some surface roots. Make sure these little mini fern, I'm not sure what kind of fern it is, but it was growing over where my moss grows on the steps going up to the front door. So hopefully those the roots of that fern will catch on, and we'll get a little puff here and a little puff right here coming out towards the other front. Oh, and like we talked about when I was at Rodney's, he did a critique on this tree, which is right up here. No, right up here. And like he said, I mean, when I asked him about this piece of foliage right here, I said, should I leave it so that you can't really see the trunk, or should I do it like you can see the trunk? He said yes. So this tree really does, it does have two fronts. I think this might be my preferred front over here, because you get a little bit better view of this smaller little tuft of foliage right here. It's kind of like a sympathetic branch. So if you go around and look at any like tall oak tree or something like that, you'll have the tree, you'll grow up super big, and then those the top branches up here will actually shade out lower branches, and those will die off and fall off, and that will open up the trunk to a little bit more sunlight, and so you'll get a small sympathetic branch coming out lower down. So you'll have the big part of the canopy, and then about halfway down the tree you'll have another little piece of canopy that is much newer. I would say I'll show you on that tree over there, but my neighbor had it cut down Thursday, so it's a lot brighter over here in the late afternoon. But it was a very old oak tree. She's had a couple of trees come down. One actually hit her house back there during Helene, and so she wanted to get rid of it, make sure there was nothing else that was gonna smack her house. So there you go. So that is our tree. One front, two front, and a little slow spin. And that is our tree. So if you liked what you saw, go ahead, hit that like down below, give me a subscription. If you didn't like what you saw, just leave a comment down below. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Let me know how I can improve my trees, improve my videos, all of that fun stuff. And until the next time I see y'all at the bench in the backyard, just remember to grow them big but keep them small.